everyone, nice to meet you again with the Disney 3D Art channel. In today's video it will be the character Shego from series Kim Possible. Shego is a villainess who operates as a criminal mercenary, working for Dr. Draken as his chief enforcer and henchwoman, sidekick. Since her main duty to Draken entails stealing things on his request and protecting him from harm, she frequently engages Team Possible in battle. And although she is under contract with the scientist, Shego has occasionally, temporarily, worked with other villains as well, including Motorhead and Souvenir Sr., Jr. Though Shego's career constantly involves her stealing various items and evading capture, she is one of the most recognized villains in the series. Numerous victims have been able to provide detailed descriptions of her, easily recalling either her glowing green hands or her overall beauty. Several males have commented on how attractive they find her, which Shego occasionally uses to her advantage, both while on vacation or when in disguise. Shego has an explosive temper, and is known to react with violence, or at least the threat of it, over even slight offenses, depending on the person responsible. Shego typically has a very abrasive nature, in that she enjoys teasing or outright insulting those around her. While some of this is lighthearted and, in many cases, simply a way for her to pass the time, she seems to enjoy the constant putting down of her preferred targets, Dr. Draken, Kim Possible, and Ron Stoppable. All three provide constant sources of irritation for her, Draken with his either overly complex or seriously underthought plans, and Team Possible because they manage to disrupt or defeat her repeatedly. But while her treatment of Draken is based more on how easy he is to insult, she views Kim more like a heated rival, and Ron as a momentary distraction at best. Shego appears to take a great deal of pride and enjoyment in being evil. She is, according to several characters in Henchko's Check Your Badness level device, both eviler than Draken, and has been shown to be a far greater threat to the world at large than him. Despite her repeatedly being labeled as his sidekick, many of Draken's plans are so frustrating to Shego simply because they are not evil enough. In comparison to her, Draken is more of a playground bully, as his plans had revolved around lashing out specifically at those he feels have wronged him, rather than actually trying to take over the world. As a result, she repeatedly reaches the point where she loses her patience with him and storms out to cool off for a while before returning to work. Despite usually being more evil than Draken, Shego has, at some degree, a higher moral compass than him, as she was completely against Draken and Motorhead's plan on stealing Felix's wheelchair for their Doomsday and, although she still went along with it, she was still greatly displeased at how low Draken went. While on Christmas vacation, she offers to pay a resort attendant with her credit card, only to find that Draken paid fully for her vacation, which she expresses gratitude towards him. She refuses to breach her contract, which forbids any use of her DNA when Draken proposes the idea of cloning her. She expressed great disbelief and disappointment in Kim for lying to her parents and Ron. She also seemed to genuinely care for Draken's mother, as she showed concern for her well-being when Draken accidentally left her behind on a train, in addition to never expressing her true nature towards her. Furthermore, Shego has shown some level of concern for animals, as she felt what happened to the fish in the Great Lakes after they were drained was important, and she had once lectured Draken on taking care of his dog, Commodore Puddles. During the 2 times when she was dropped into water tanks with dangerous animals, she did not use her powers to fight or escape them. When Souvenir Sr., Jr. broke her out of prison to help him commit a series of crimes in honor of his father's birthday, she expresses gratitude towards him despite being confused on why he broke her out. When Draken wants to clone her, she specifies that her contract forbids cloning her DNA and rejects breaking the contract. Although she is fearless, Shego shows hints of fear. For instance, in Mind Games, when Draken, in Private Dobbs' body, gets mad at her for letting Kim and Ron take his body with Dobbs in it, causing her to sheepishly giggle and grin and flinching when Draken grabs her hand away. In A Stitch in Time, when Ron found out that future Shego and her time traveling was the reason why he and his parents moved to Norway and why he was forced to eat meat cakes, he became angry about it and the destruction of his favorite restaurant, which made Shego actually show fear for a brief moment and running away from him. In Bad Boy, when Ron was about to drop her into the shark tank, In The Big Job, when she was facing alligators in the Senior's pit. And in Graduation, Part 2 Inches. When Ron asked her if she felt scared when she went from hero to villain, Shego replied that she doesn't get scared. However, when she saw Warmonga and Warhawk's alien spaceship, she took back what she said and commented, "That is scary," when seeing the spaceship. Shego has 4 brothers, Higo, Migo, and the Wego twins. When Shego and her brothers were young, they were struck by a rainbow comet while in their family treehouse, granting them superpowers. Shortly thereafter, they formed Team Go, a crime-fighting family in the mold of a classic superhero team. Together, they took on the responsibility of defending Go City from the forces of evil. According to Higo, however, the more they fought villainy, the more Shego began to like evil, implying that that was her reason for leaving the team. But Shego herself mentioned that her main reason for leaving was that she became fed up with her brothers, mostly Higo in particular. Higo was apparently a major contributing factor in Shego leaving the team. He was so annoying that, after 5 minutes, Ron said, "I'm starting to see why Shego split." Most likely at some point before she turned to evil, Shego became fully credentialed in child development. Her possession of this degree may imply that she had at least in her younger days planned to take a job involving children, but having to deal with her immature brothers for so many years may have caused her to abandon this career choice. Between the time that she left Team Go and her first encounter with Kim Possible, Shego had 11 countries swear out warrants for her arrest. Eventually, Shego found employment with Dr. Draken, supposedly because he paid well. Energy manipulation, production. Shego's superpower, her Go Team Glow, is the ability to manipulate and generate bright green energy with her hands. This energy could be used to heat or melt anything she touched with varying levels of effectiveness, from firing a bolts that stun people, launch powerful energy balls that explode upon impact, similar to a modern-day grenade, bomb, or fire it as a direct energy beam. These ranged from precision shots to explosive impacts roughly on par with modern grenades. She has also been seen using her Go Team Glow to make people unconscious with one touch in the twin factor. However, after heavy usage, Shego would begin to tire, as seen during an early brawl between her and Kim Possible while raiding a military facility. Additionally, Shego could greatly enhance her natural strength and is capable of delivering energy strikes powerful enough to rend steel. She can use her energy with her physical combat, causing serious lethal burns and radiation upon impact. Enhanced superhuman durability. In addition to her energy powers, Shego was an extremely durable individual, able to withstand wide arrays of punishment on a regular basis, and allowing her to survive situations of dangerous calamitous destruction that would have probably killed other characters. Most notably, in So the Drama, she survived when she was kicked off a tall building and slamming into an electrical tower, electrocuting her before collapsing on top of her, which she emerged alive from with only frazzled hair and slightly torn clothes. Team Go powers control, temporarily. When Shego briefly gained all of her brother's Team Go's powers, she was able to use them immediately in combat to great effect and mix them together as when she had her brother Migo's shrinking ability. She was also able to use it to grow bigger than her opponents, but this was possibly with the aid of her other brother's powers. This made her nearly impossible to defeat in hand-to-hand combat, and it took literally a big distraction to knock the power staff out of her hands, thus giving her brother's powers back and her own back to her. Skilled fighter. Even when not using her powers, Shego is an elite hand-to-hand combatant who regularly defeated trained guards, operatives, and heroes with little difficulty. And though she and Kim rarely fought to a stalemate, both have won as well as lost to each other on several occasions, with Kim's prevailing over Shego as usually narrow victories and/or the result of outside intervention, typically of Ron's doing. She was also a skilled pilot who could fly an array of aircraft and capable of scuba diving. Effective strategist. Among the villain community, Shego is considered a far more effective strategist and partner than Draken, as evidenced by how often she alone was liberated from prison by former colleagues, while Draken was left behind. Espionage skills. Shego is well versed with infiltration operations, often breaking into various high-security facilities throughout the series. Shego appeared to be fairly good at disguising herself, Although since there were reportedly only 2 green women on the planet and she never made any effort to conceal her skin. It could also be assumed that the people she fooled were either distracted by her beauty or highly unobservant. Stealth tactics. Shego is an expert in all kinds of fields, with infiltration and sabotage as her specialties. Martial arts, possessing extensive martial arts skills. Her impressive fitness and agility, her abilities rival the skills of her nemesis, Kim Possible. Even her physical fighting attributes are a match with Kim, but they were no match for her in her battlesuit. Expert pilot. She also seems to be an expert pilot, having been seen piloting Draken's flying car on several occasions as well as a jet plane in So the Drama and the Go plane in Go Team Go. Teaching skills. While normally unable to make use of it due to her career in evil and multiple warrants, she has proven to be an excellent teacher when given the chance. Shego was able to tutor Senor Senior, Jr., and was entirely responsible for turning him into a capable villain. While under the influence of Electronique's reverse polarizer, she also briefly taught at Middleton High School as substitute teacher Miss Go. First is to paint the skin, then color the black hair for Shego. Next is to wearing an outfit for Shego. Next is to draw the hairstyle for Shego. Finally make the face for Shego. So the character Shego from series Kim Possible has been completed. If you like this video tutorial, please like and subscribe button to receive the new notify. At the same time, download the app and go to the website DisneyStore to shopping online as well as Disney Plus to watch some movies and TV shows for free, used by many peoples of the world. Thank you and see you soon.